Hello, everyone. Today we'll be discussing about formation of a company. The topic is relevant to the BCom, BBA, and business management students. So, formation of the company is a part of Companies Act 2013. The formation of a company is no doubt it's not an easy task. It's a quite tedious task because it involves completion of lot of legal formalities which a firm need to do prior its start. To fulfill and understand the process that one can divide the formalities majorly into four segments. First is promotion, second is incorporation, third is subscription of capital, and this is how the business get commenced. So promotion, incorporation, and subscription of capital are the broader areas which one can divide for the detailing of formation of a company. So starting first with the promotion of a company, promotion of the company is the first stage that involves conceiving a business opportunity and taking an initiative to form a company so that practical shape can be given to exploiting the available business opportunity. Promoters are the persons who actually undertakes the various activities to get a company registered and to give him a position and to reach the stage of commencement of a business. Promoters of a company usually enjoy a fiduciary position, that is a position which is built on the basis of trust and faith that they will fulfill all the formalities of the company like the way it's their own company. They are not entitled to any kind of legal claim expense incurred for the promotion of the company. The functions which usually a promoter fulfills are he's the one who identifies the business opportunity, and he's the one who conduct all the feasibility studies for the company, like technical, financial, and economic viability of an organization to come into existence. He's the one who gets the name approval. I'll surely discuss certain case studies for the same. Fixing up the signatories to the memorandum of association. If I'll say infringement cases, coming back to the topic of name approval, in terms of infringement of the name, the clause, the cases are usually like Starbucks versus Sardarji Bucks Company, fine, which looks like a similar name, but due to similarity in terms of logo and resemblance in terms of Starbucks, the case occurs in terms of name infringement. Then fixing up signatories through the memorandum of association. One more example over here I forgot to discuss, that is like Londonderry and Londonderry. Although the names are totally same in pronunciation, Londonderry versus Londonderry. The Londonderry. So the names are almost same in terms of pronunciation, but they are quite different in terms of it was Derry, in terms of the alphabets. Next is the person who fixes up the signatories to the memorandum of association, appoints the professionals for the organization, and prepare all the necessary documents for making a company or commencing a company, formation of a company. So I'm repeating the points, that is identifying the business opportunity, conducting the feasibility studies like technical, financial, and economic feasibility, get the name approval, fixing up the signatories to the memorandum of association, appointment of professionals, preparation of the necessary documents. What kind of documents a promoter usually prepare? That's an important task because that is the task where actually the effort of a promoter is being done. So the relevant documents are, for first and foremost important document is memorandum of association. The details about memorandum of association and articles of association would be followed in further videos. Memorandum of association includes like the name clause, registered office clause, which is very much important for getting all the communications between an organization and registrar of companies, ROC. Object clause, which includes the main object for the formation of the firm. Liability clause, which would include all the liabilities a firm will be holding. Capital clause would include the subscription of the capital and its details for the shareholders. Association clause Next would be followed by, first is MOA, that is Memorandum of Association, followed by Articles of Association. The details regarding what these terms are would be shared in the following videos. Articles of Association, consent of proposed directors, agreement, statutory declaration, and last will be the payment of fee. These are the documents which are being submitted by a promoter in the formation of a company. Next is incorporation. Memorandum of Association, duly stamped and signed and witnessed. In case of public company, at least 7 members must be signed it. For private company, however, signature of 2 members are sufficient. Signatories must have all the information about their address, occupation, and number of shares subscribed by them. Articles of Association again should be duly signed and witnessed in case of the memorandum. However, as stated earlier, a public company may adopt Table A, which is the model set for articles given in the Companies Act. Written consent of the proposed director as a director in the undertaking to purchase of qualification shares. Agreement, if any, with the proposed managing director, managing director, manager, or whole-time director. Copy of registrar's letter approving the name of the company. Statutory declaration affirming that all the legal requirements for the registration have been compiled with. This must be signed by an advocate of a High Court or Supreme Court or signatory to the Memorandum of Association or chartered company or company secretary in the whole-time practice in India. Documentary evidence of all the things which have been stated earlier should be present with the promoter itself, and the organization should provide the same at the time of commencement. 2 types of certificates are issued by the Registrar of Companies. First is Certificate of Incorporation, and next is Certificate of Commencement. Where Certificate of Incorporation gives a right to the private company to initiate the work, whereas in terms of public company, they need to wait for the Certificate of Commencement to start its working. Somehow, a company is legally born on the date printed on the Certificate of Incorporation, and it becomes a legal entity with pursuing all the necessary features of a company with the perpetual succession that on such date. That is, company's succession, company's existence came into being on the date at which is imprinted on the Certificate of Incorporation. I have a very interesting example for every one of you. For example, a document for registration was filed on 16th Jan of a year, whereby Certificate of Incorporation was issued on 8th Jan. That is prior to this, but by mistake, the date mentioned on the certificate was 6th Jan. So the law courts decided that the company was in existence and the contract signed on 6th January were considered as valid one. A person forged the signatories of the other on the memorandum, the incorporation was still considered valid. So in terms of capital subscription, SEBI approval is required. Then filling of the prospectus is being done. Appointment of bankers, brokers, or underwriters who will fulfill the need of any kind of capital requirement is being there. Minimum subscription must be fulfilled. If not, that would be done by the underwriters. Then application to the stock exchanges would be filed and allotment of shares would be done accordingly. This is how a company reaches the stage of commencement of business. So for the commencement of business, the documents which are required are as follows. The declaration that the share payable in cash have been subscribed for and allotted up to the minimum subscription mentioned in the prospectus must be there. A declaration that every director has paid in cash, application and allotment money on his shares in the same proportion as others. Declaration that no money is payable or liable to become payable to the applicants because of the company to either apply for obtain permission to deal in security stock exchange. So statutory declaration that above requirements have been compiled with, so should be also added along with. So these are the steps which a formation of company need to have with themselves. So further, in the next video, we'll be discussing about Memorandum of Association and Article of Association. Thank you.